Hi guys, it's Silverette again, and this is my first video using this new microphone. So, hi, is my voice with my new microphone, in case you haven't heard it yet. And this is just going to be a very small episode, mainly because I just had this one recorded file lying around on my computer, and I just had to release it. I just had to do a little commentary over it and get that thing out of the way, because I want to record on my new computer from now on. I've actually just recorded some Let's Play footage, and that actually went very well. The only thing is my Fraps file that I eventually ended up with is 160 gigs, and also, yeah, right. For some reason, the ambient occlusion started disappearing, and that's another thing that I would like to talk about, because ambient occlusion is awesome, but I am not sure whether it's actually going to work, and I tried to mess around with the settings and stuff, and eventually just decided to go with one setting, because many of the settings didn't even work. But for some reason, this setting doesn't work in some cases, like it just crashed in my Let's Play park after a while, and Silver City is also a weird case, because for some reason in Silver City it doesn't work when I point the camera towards a certain place on the map, and that's actually the little crossing with the gift or bookshop or whatever that thing is supposed to be, the little one with the two office buildings with the glassy towers on both sides. And I don't know why it does that, but for some reason when I point the camera towards that place, ambient occlusion doesn't work, and in any other case it works fine. But yeah, this video itself is just going to be pretty simple. It's really just me building this building and duplicating it. I just felt like making a small, simple building, and I felt like this is a general shape that I'm somewhat used to, and just wanted to see if it would actually work in Silver City as well. Now, what you see over here is actually my second try of doing this. I also had a first try, and that took me a whole lot of time, and I ended up with a building that I did not like at all, so I decided to do it again, and I kind of like the result of this. However, the more I look at this city, the more I realize that it is somewhat of a small scale, and it's not that detailed. As in, if I really finish the city, it might just be, I'm pretty sure it is the most detailed city and the most in-depth city that I've actually seen anyone build in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. But then again, it's not really the way that I really like it well, I don't pay as much attention to details on every single building as I usually do with theme parks, and perhaps the only way to actually build a full-scale realistic city, or at least a part of it, would be to do that, because as you can see, the buildings are somewhat simplistic in their appearance. They're just basically shells. Yeah, they're basically shells. This is North Korea, guys. We are trying to build Silver City across the border of South Korea to impress all of the capitalistic countries and the imperial shit and stuff like that. So that's Silver City. Now you know the true identity behind the shells of the buildings. And speaking of shells, this building is quite weird in that sense, because it has a glass roof. And why does it have a glass roof, you might ask? And at first I didn't want to go with the glass roof. I just needed a roof that would fit on this weird shape that I had on top, and it seemed like none of the sets that I had would fit on it, and I don't even know for sure if there are any sets that actually work with this. So I just decided to go with the only set that I knew could actually do this, and that would be Moby's Glassworks and Moby's Glass House and Frameworks. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, so that's why I did this. So yeah, in the end, it's overall a pretty nice looking building, but again, it's somewhat simple in its appearance. It's inspired by, for any of you Dutch people out there, whom I know is actually a very small minority of my videos, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, this is inspired by the Hoftoren in The Egg, so that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I expected actually that a major part of my audience is Dutch, but it's not that way. It's actually the third largest. The United States is by far the biggest part of my audience. It's I think it's probably actually about 35% of the total, and it's more than twice as big as the second largest audience in the UK. So all you guys are awesome. And then further down the list there is Netherlands, I think. I don't know it exactly by heart, but it's something along the lines of Netherlands, Germany, France, and Belgium. Sweden, actually, I think is pretty high up in the list, but I'm not entirely sure. And some other surprising countries like Japan. I never even knew that Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was even alive in Japan. Like, I've never actually seen someone from Japan in the community. Plenty of people from, like, South Korea and even Taiwan, so that's really awesome, but no one from Japan, so, but yeah, they are there, and that's all cool. So, actually, I think there are a total of about 180 nationalities, well, so that would be my subscribers then, so that is really awesome, I guess. Yeah, that is really cool. That's not my subscribers, by the way, that's my viewers. Subscribers are probably only from like 50 different countries, but it's all thanks to YouTube being awesome that you can look at that. I think no matter how small your channel is, you can look at that, but I'm not entirely sure of that. It's really cool though. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's just something that I find very interesting and very awesome, just about this world that we're living in, like people all over the world, and we can all, well, yeah, play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I'm here sitting in my room talking to a microphone, talking to a screen, which is currently showing this skyscraper being built by the me of a couple of days ago. Sometimes the world can be very strange. Though, it's normal in that sense. Huh, what is even strange? But, yeah, the city isn't too strange. No, definitely not. I think that this building does fit into the skyline. The only thing that I'm very afraid of right now is the fact that because of the limited amount of sets that I'm using for this, they are all starting to turn out like kind of like the same buildings, and that's why I am currently on a hunt for many more, well, generic modern building sets, and I've found a couple but not too many yet, so I kind of want to continue the hunt. I've seen many amazing buildings being built by people, and I definitely want to try and see if there's any other custom scenery sets that I really need to build modern buildings. And there's actually also a different plan that I had. It's something that I've been planning for quite a while actually right now, but it's something that I just randomly thought of again today, and I realized that it's actually something that I'd like to try out. It's to rebuild a part of Rotterdam. Even though I'm not a big fan of it, I don't even like it at all. I think there are pretty nice places in Rotterdam, and I feel like it might be worth giving a shot in my Let's Play to actually try and recreate a part of Rotterdam and just kind of see how close we can get it, because I don't think that anyone's ever really recreated a city, or at least a part of a city in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 as closely as possible. So I want to give that a shot. Even though I've always said I'm against recreations, like roller coasters and all that, because it doesn't really involve creativity. I kind of want to see how far I can get with making Rotterdam, and then see if I can place like some sample buildings that I've designed myself in it, and see how that looks. But anyway, that's this episode, so thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.